Susan flies in the face of every talentless monster who's become famous.
Simon Cowell is known around the world as one of television's toughest talent judges. Calm, blunt, and rarely emotional, he has built a reputation for judging performances without sentiment. That's why the moment he appeared, visibly moved by Susan Boyle, he shocked millions of viewers. What could bring the famously unflappable judge to tears? Susan's rise from an unknown singer in a quiet Scottish town to a global sensation has already inspired audiences everywhere. But behind that remarkable journey lies a deeper story, one involving resilience, compassion, and a powerful moment that revealed a very human side of success. The moment Simon broke down. Simon Cowell has long been known for his tough exterior and sharp critiques, rarely showing moments of vulnerability on television. So when he unexpectedly broke down in tears, it caught the world by surprise. The emotional moment happened during a heartfelt conversation about Susan Boyle, the singer who stunned audiences with her voice and story. His tears were not just about the performance or Susan's talent, but something much deeper that spoke to compassion and understanding. This breakdown occurred years after Susan's initial success, highlighting that Simon's feelings had grown over time. He was overwhelmed by the challenges Susan faced both before and after her sudden rise to fame. The incident came during a televised interview where Simon reflected on what he had witnessed, an extraordinary journey filled with hope, hardship, and resilience. His tears symbolized the emotional weight behind witnessing someone's life unfold beyond the public eye. Simon admitted that Susan's story touched him unlike any other contestant he had encountered. Beyond her remarkable singing, it was her courage and perseverance that moved him profoundly. For Simon, who has seen countless acts come and go, Susan represented something rare and beautiful, a reminder of the human spirit that can overcome obstacles. His tears represented both pride and sorrow, a mixture of emotions rooted in empathy. Critics and fans alike noted the sincerity in Simon's reaction. His role as a judge often demands detachment, yet here he allowed himself to be vulnerable. That moment revealed a side of him that rarely surfaces, a man who feels deeply and recognizes the complexities of life that no talent show can fully capture. It was a powerful reminder that success is never simple and that fame can bring unseen burdens. The situation in which Simon delivered his speech created stronger emotional effects than his actual words. He showed both admiration for Susan's singing talent and deep sadness about her internal conflicts that caused her to hide her true emotions from others. His tears proved he held great respect for her life path because she achieved global fame through her dedicated efforts. The public saw a rare moment when they caught a glimpse of his true feelings at all times during his television work. The connection between them deepened through Susan Boyle's gratitude for Simon's tears because it showed how much their relationship mattered to her. The relationship between them developed beyond standard judge-contestant relationships because it showed their dedication to each other through caring and mutual respect. Simon's emotional moment made Susan's experiences valid because it showed the mental health challenges that accompany sudden fame. The audience connected with his vulnerability, which showed them that he displayed authentic emotions. The entertainment industry presents itself in a polished way, but actual people who possess intense emotions work behind the scenes. The viral incident created a moment that started discussions about empathy and actual experiences faced by people who live in the public eye. Simon cried to demonstrate an important story that continues to motivate people. He opened the door for people to talk about mental health issues through his demonstration of genuine kindness and realness, which he showed in his work as an entertainer. People started to view him differently because his open way of expressing vulnerability showed him as more than just a judge but as a caring human being. The moment created a new understanding between Simon and viewers about the impact Susan had because it showed that fame hides intense emotional connections. The setup required an examination of the individual who produced those extraordinary results through her various life obstacles. As we consider the reasons behind Simon's emotional breakthrough, it becomes essential to understand Susan Boyle's early life, her struggles, her dreams, and the world she came from before she stepped onto that stage and captured hearts worldwide. Susan Boyle's early life struggles. Susan Boyle was born in Blackburn, West Lothian, Scotland, and her early life was shaped by humble surroundings and numerous hardships. Raised in a working-class family with several siblings, she faced challenges that many could relate to, but few would later witness alongside such fame. From a young age, Susan developed a passion for music, but her opportunities were limited by both economic and social factors. She was diagnosed with learning difficulties as a child, a fact that fostered misunderstandings and sometimes unfair judgments from those around her. These challenges affected her schooling and social interactions, often making her feel like an outsider. Instead of discouraging her, these early hurdles seemed to fuel a quiet determination to prove her worth through her talents and kindness. Susan's upbringing in a small town, coupled with her shy and reserved personality, meant she lived much of her youth almost anonymously. Her dream of singing was personal and private, far removed from the spotlight she would later inhabit. She worked as a charity volunteer and lived a modest life, never imagining the world stage that awaited her decades later. Despite her soft-spoken demeanor, Susan nurtured a profound love for musical theater and classical music throughout her life. She took part in local performances and sang in church, steadily honing her voice away from public view. These pursuits were a source of joy and comfort in a life that was often marked by isolation. Her family experienced difficulties, which included two separate events that resulted in her parents losing their health, and she needed to care for her aging parents throughout their decline. Her public persona emerged through these obligations, which developed her strength and modesty. The main themes of Susan's story include her talent and her ability to endure while discovering beauty in her daily life challenges. People developed incorrect beliefs about her abilities because they associated her learning difficulties with social stigma. Her global success became remarkable because she succeeded in proving wrong the common beliefs about disabled individuals and people with unusual life experiences. Susan exhibited her inherent strength throughout her pre-fame existence until her vocal abilities brought her into the public eye. Adult life required her to devote time to family obligations, which resulted in her personal ambitions becoming less important than her obligations towards her family. Most aspects of her life before Britain's Got Talent existed in ordinary fashion because she lived a simple life without public fame. Her later achievements demonstrate how people from challenging backgrounds can achieve through unexpected paths to success. Susan's early battle with mental health issues, together with her need for mental health support, shows how people need to understand her experience, which goes beyond entertainment. The process shows how a person can overcome their challenges through their past life experiences, which enable them to achieve greater things. The story of her origins shows that exceptional people can rise from the most unexpected locations. The foundation of her resilience and humility prepared her for the moment that transformed her first appearance on the world's most famous talent competition into a demonstration of new possibilities. Susan's life journey created genuine emotional power, which she would use to move millions of people. When Susan took the stage for her historic audition, the world's expectations were modest at best, based largely on appearances and initial impressions. But what happened next would change television history and leave not just the audience but also Simon Cowell profoundly moved. The audition that changed everything. Susan Boyle's audition for Britain's Got Talent in 2009 instantly became one of the most unforgettable moments in reality TV history. Quiet and unassuming, she walked onto the stage wearing a simple dress and glasses, hardly fitting the typical mold of a star. The audience's whispers and skeptical murmurs reflected a widespread underestimation based on her humble appearance. From the first notes she sang "I Dreamed a Dream" from Les Miserables, the atmosphere in the room shifted dramatically. Her powerful, emotive voice stunned the judges, the audience, and viewers at home worldwide. The contrast between her modest look and extraordinary talent created a powerful, unforgettable surprise. Simon Cowell, known for his often blunt and tough critiques, was visibly stunned. He admitted later that he was unprepared for the flood of emotion her voice unleashed. The standing ovation and tears seen that night demonstrated that this was far more than a mere audition, it was a transformative moment. The global response was overwhelming. The video of her audition quickly went viral, garnering millions of views and sparking conversations about beauty, talent, and the dangers of judging a book by its cover. Susan became an instant symbol of hope, proving that genuine talent and authenticity could break through stereotypes and expectations. The media dubbed her a sensation overnight, but Susan remained grounded despite the whirlwind surrounding her. Her humility and graciousness only deepened the public's affection. She represented a triumph not just of voice, but of spirit and perseverance. For Simon, that night was a turning point in his career as a talent judge. It reminded him, in the world, that the entertainment industry is as much about heart and story as it is about skill and presentation. Susan's audition forced a re-evaluation of what it means to be a star and challenged the often superficial standards of fame. The performance set Susan on a trajectory of global stardom, leading to record-breaking album sales and international tours. Yet, it also launched her into a world that tested her emotional and physical resilience in ways few could have foreseen. The bravado of success soon mingled with personal struggles. Susan's audition changed the narrative of reality TV, shifting it toward a deeper appreciation for real stories behind the performances. That moment confirmed that sometimes the most unexpected voices carry the greatest power, both on stage and beyond. Simon Cowell's tears years later reflect the profound impact of this single performance, a catalyst that not only altered Susan's life but also his own understanding of humanity in the spotlight. Their story is one that continues to move hearts around the world. Simon's relationship with Susan Simon Cowell's connection with Susan Boyle evolved from a typical judge-contestant interaction into something much deeper and more meaningful. Initially, Simon's reaction to Susan's audition was one of genuine surprise, but with time, respect and admiration blossomed on both sides. Unlike many relationships that come and go in the talent show circuit, theirs developed into a unique friendship grounded in mutual understanding. Simon became not just an evaluator of talent but a confidant and supporter. Their dynamic is grounded in the rare authenticity Susan brought into Simon's often polished entertainment world. He witnessed firsthand how Susan's humility and resilience contrasted sharply with the pressures and glitz of show business. Over time, Simon openly acknowledged that Susan's presence reminded him of the power of vulnerability, a refreshing counterpoint to the fast-paced celebrity culture. Their connection transcended conventional roles and touched on profound shared human experiences. Simon often spoke about the courage it took for Susan to step into the spotlight, spotlighting the emotional demands behind the scenes. Unlike many contestants, Susan handled fame with a mixture of grace and humility, qualities Simon deeply admired. This fostered a protective instinct in him, reflecting a rare warmth from a figure known for his straightforward critiques. Their bond carried elements of mentorship, friendship, and genuine care. Susan, for her part, appreciated Simon's honesty and the way he championed her talent during challenging moments. In interviews, she acknowledged that Simon's initial praise was a turning point that validated her years of dedication. Their relationship became a source of strength for her, helping her navigate the steep learning curve of international on sea.